Hey house guests, welcome to today's Big Brother Canada updates and spoilers. Our house guest of the day is Jake, and Jake's question is, would I rather be on Big Brother US or Big Brother Canada? First of all, I would be honored to be on either of them. I would go on whichever one would have me, but if I had the opportunity to choose, I would definitely say Big Brother US, because Big Brother Canada is so rough on the house guests, and I don't know if I could handle all of those twists in one season. It's a lot. So thank you for your question, and if you want to be house guest of the day, you can either send me a private message on YouTube or send an email to madrosed@gmail.com. Yay! Alright, so last night, quick recap. Greg was evicted, 10-0. And he didn't seem too excited about potentially coming back, so I'm just like, okay, just like send him home. He doesn't have to be sequestered. Really no point in having him compete to come back if he doesn't want to be there. Bye! Alright, and we also found out there's a new Twistos twist. This one has to do with the power of veto. A lot of people are kind of confused about what it does, so let's go over that. So it is for this week, and I'm like 99% sure that the house guests aren't gonna know that it's different until after they play the power of veto. So the person who wins isn't gonna know ahead of time that it's gonna be different than it usually is. So it could either be a forced veto or a double veto. So if it's a forced veto, that means whoever wins has to use it on one of the nominees. And if it's a double veto, here's where it gets a little tricky. The power veto holder has the opportunity to take both house guests off the block, and they'll both have to be replaced, or I'm pretty sure they could use it on one person or not use it or not use it at all. So it's gonna be pretty interesting. I feel like Canada will probably pick double veto, but I don't know for sure. Leave it. So we'll see what happens. But I'm just thinking, like, we haven't had many normal weeks yet. We've had one normal week, so it's just like, what is normal anymore? It's almost too many twists. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. Is it too many twists or what? Alright, so last night's episode ended with an HOH cliffhanger. There were lots of injuries, apparently. Willow, something like went up her butt. I don't know. She's got a really bruised butt, like on the inside. I'm not going there, but a lot of people have aches and pains after this competition, so it was pretty intense. But the winner, in the end, was Bruno. So yay, congratulations Bruno. But there's been a lot of controversy surrounding this competition. Apparently, people were helping each other out, finding certain letters, switching letters. So in past seasons, you haven't been allowed to help people in competitions, and people have been punished for it. Emmett. And, you know, this time around, they're like, whoa, we got to help each other, like, is he gonna get disqualified, blah, blah, blah. Apparently, Godfrey and Bobby were helping Bruno, and that's part of the reason why he won, but, you know, other people were helping other people, too, so I don't know, it's confusing, but are you ready for another power shift? I've got to say, I don't like the chop shop, but I like when the power moves back and forth. It just makes things more exciting. So Sarah was pretty pissed after the competition, basically just because she knows that she's going up. She was having a little bit of a pity party for herself. So she realizes that Bruno seems pretty cool with Brittany, whereas he will not look her in the eyes. So she's pretty confident that she's going to be going up on the block with Johnny, and I'd have to say I agree with that. So on the other hand, Jordan and Zach, also members of the Hexagon Alliance, are feeling pretty good about this week. They feel pretty safe, and they think it's going to be an ideal week with Johnny probably going this week. They want that to happen, and then next week they'll try to go after another Chop Shop member, or try to get other people to go after a Chop Shop member. So they want to keep, you know, things going back and forth week after week. But I guess we missed Bruno's HOH room reveal. I didn't see it. Did you guys? You know why that happened? Because the live show isn't really live. So I guess he got his HOH room when the feeds were off before they came back after the live show. But everyone apparently loves seeing Bruno's kids. That's awesome. I guess he got some booze, letter from home, all that good stuff. So Bruno and Brittany had a quick chat in the backyard last night, and Brittany was all like, I got you. And Bruno was like, I got you too. So I guess that means that she's safe this week. No hard feelings on getting rid of Greg. Honestly, I think getting rid of Greg may have been like the best thing ever for Bruno's game. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But anyway, Zach and Bruno were talking about Bruno's nominations. Bobby joined them at some point, and Bruno was saying he wants to put up Sarah and Johnny. So Sarah's fears have been confirmed. But Johnny is pretty much the target this week. That being said, Bruno will be happy as long as one of those two goes this week. Who knows if they got that double veto in play? I don't know. But Bobby is like, okay, well, what about potentially backdooring someone? Kevin makes me really nervous. And then Zach is just like, no, not Kevin. Kevin's fine. What? So he is pushing for Johnny to go first. So I think if Bruno and, Bobby Bottle Service are smart, they'll notice that Zach is protecting Kevin. So that's pretty interesting. So Sarah and Johnny, another little pity party. They're trying to come up with a plan to save themselves. I mean, there's not really much they can do at this point, but they're like, Big Brother, please give us a diamond POV this week. Funny you should say that, because there could be something big coming your way. Imagine if Brittany was playing in the Power of Veto and won, and it was the double POV and she could save both of them. That would be crazy. It's not unthinkable. It could happen. But another idea that Sarah had was have everyone from the Hexagon Alliance go up to the HOH and basically threaten Bruno and be like, if you put us up, we're all coming after you. I don't see that happening. I don't see Bruno falling for it. And Sarah was like, oh yeah, Zach and Jordan would never do that. Obviously. So Zach and Kevin were having a strategy chat last night in the hot tub, and Zach was all like, here's what's happening, Johnny's the target this week, and we're just gonna let it play out that way, alright? And Kevin's just like, yeah, okay. Really, Kevin? Oh, it's cool. It's not like Johnny used the power of veto on you last week. Are you freaking kidding me? So I'm gonna be a little disappointed if Kevin is in a situation to save Johnny and he doesn't. That would really suck. So Sarah joins them, and she's, you know, she's in that emotional state where, like, every little thing is gonna piss her off. But she was really annoyed by Bobby's eviction speech, and a couple of other house guests were too. Jordan was just like, that was the stupidest thing ever, when Bobby was like, oh, winning HOH was a real detriment to my game, and I'm like, I'm not gonna do it anymore. And they were all like, that's stupid, and it's BS. So then Sarah was complaining about how Bruno was getting help during the HOH competition from Godfrey and Bobby. Sarah, I definitely heard you talking a little earlier about helping out Zach. So don't act like you weren't helping people too. Then again, you know, helping out Zach in that HOH competition was a lost cause. She doesn't know that, but it was a lost cause. So a little bit later, it's just the Bermuda Triangle, Kevin, Zach, and Jordan talking, and Jordan is like, guys, we need to watch out for Bruno. He is so freaking likable. Everyone loves him, you know. But seriously, like, no one is gonna want to nominate Bruno or even vote him out if he's already up on the block. So Jordan is like, we need to keep an eye on him, and I think Jordan is right. Bruno has the potential to go so far in this game, possibly all the way. He's got that likability, so, which, like, no one else has. So Jordan is also worried that Johnny could really blow up all of their games. If he goes and talks to Bruno and tells Bruno about the Hexagon Alliance, that could cause some major issues for the Bermuda Triangle, and I'm just like, yes, please, that would be amazing. Just because it would be exciting to see, like, something cool happen. I don't know. We definitely need more dialogue between the two sides. Have you noticed that the Chop Shop people, like, don't really talk that much with the Hexagon people? It's so weird. Usually you see a little more strategy chat. I don't know if it's just like a failure to launch season or what. Maybe we'll see it in a few weeks. I don't know. But Bruno and Bobby were talking in the HOH last night, and Bruno is freaking smart. Not only is he likable, he's smart. He knows that Jordan and Zach are working together. He sees it. For real though, Jordan and Zach are like in every alliance in the house, and there's like 80,000 right now. So one of Bruno's goals this week is to try and pull Kevin away from Zach, because Kevin can see that they're pretty close, and that worries him a little bit. He wants to pull Kevin in closer. I don't know if it's going to happen. Bobby and Kevin are like, bleh, but we'll see. So this morning, Bruno puts that plan into action. He's talking to Kevin in the HOH room, and Kevin is pretty much fighting for his life right now, or at least trying to. He knows that he could be in trouble. He's trying to distance himself from Johnny at this point, which is sad, but he's like, I'm not working with Johnny. Like, Johnny only used the power of veto on me to backdoor Greg last week. Like, I had nothing to do with that. So Bruno's like, yeah, whatever, okay, cool. So they agree that they want to work together. They're going to see what happens this week and try to, like, come up with some sort of deal. I don't know if Bruno actually wants to work with Kevin, or he's just trying to get some information from him right now, because he is in that power position. And, you know, HOH week, that's the time to make these deals. You got to secure your safety for the following week. So Sarah and Brittany were chatting in the bedroom, and now Sarah's upset with the Hexagon Alliance. I don't blame her, because she had this conversation earlier with Jordan, and he was like, don't pick me for the POV because I won't be able to use it on you and it'll expose our alliance. So she's like, oh crap, I'm not going to be able to pick Jordan, Zach, or Kevin. None of them are going to do anything to save me. Why am I in an alliance with these people? And she's got a good point. Why are you going to be in an alliance with people who are not willing to save you? That's like the dumbest thing ever. So she's getting pissed off. She's like, they just want to hang out and make out with their showmances. Effing do something. Effing quarterback of the year. That was an obvious stab at Zach. So she's not having a good time right now. But they had the have-not competition today. Bruno was the host, and Ashley and Bobby were chosen to be automatic halves this week, because everyone else was competing in 3 teams of 3, so they couldn't have all those extras hanging around. So the 3 teams, first off we have Sarah, Jordan, and Johnny. The next team was Zach, Godfrey, and Kevin, and the last team was Willow, Peely, and Brittany. So this competition had something to do with blindfolds. I think people were getting like little electric shocks or something. It sounded pretty crazy. And again, it was a rough competition. People were getting a lot of bruises and scrapes. So the have-nots this week are Willow, Peely, and Brittany. That sucks. But in addition to slop, they get to enjoy some wonderful pickled eggs and chicken feet. Alright, so after the have-not competition, Bruno pulled Johnny and Sarah aside one by one and told them, like, I don't want to have to do this, but if I don't put you up on the block, I'm going to make 10 enemies, and I can't deal with that, so you're going up. But he was really nice about it. He was like, just win the veto, and hopefully we can work together if you save yourself, blah, blah, blah. What's he going to say? I'm aiming for you. Yeah, but they know they're going up on the block, and of course it's upsetting, but we'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting with that change up on the power veto this week. So I believe nominations are tonight. They might be happening right now, so check back later. If they do have noms, I will put them in the bottom of this info. And until tomorrow, much love.
Edit.